Today is day 26 of the pilgrimage. I did my first water crossing and successfully went across without dropping the bike, which is super exciting. Then I crossed 2 more streams, actual streams, not just puddles. Anyway, took shelter, and my boots still aren't dry. The offending boots. So, what do you do when you still have wet boots? Ziploc booties. We'll see if this actually works or not. I don't have trash bags, so Ziploc booties it is. In May 2016, I made a decision to quit my job and hit the road for 2.5 months. In total, I did 6,700 miles. I was gone for 70 days. This was my pilgrimage. I knew that I couldn't stay in Townsend again that night, so I packed everything on the bike and discovered that I had no rear brakes, which was a fantastic discovery when everything is wet. I think I went about 40 miles and made it into Helena before I just decided that I wasn't going to get much farther until my boots and my gloves were dry. So I planned myself in the corner of the Park Avenue Bakery in Helena, and I texted and called everybody that I knew that lived nearby, but nobody was answering. In the end, my amazing grandma saved me again, put up the money so I could stay in a hotel for the night. I took advantage of the afternoon off and did all the little things that I had been putting off. I took care of some emails, did some laundry. I washed the cow shit off of my Wolfman bags and cleaned up the buckles so that they would connect a little bit more easily. Then I gave Lazarus a bath to see if I could figure out the problem of the missing rear brakes. I popped the top off of my brake fluid reservoir, and sure enough, it was empty. That explains a few things. So I went and got some brake fluid and bam! Fixed! I wish everything on the bike was that easy to fix. Day 27 of the pilgrimage. My boots finally dried out. I loaded up and head towards the Forest Service office to get some maps so I could figure out a way to get from Helena to Butte without having to take the freeway, which is not an easy task, let me tell you. There was construction on the road to Rimini, and I was the only one in line to go up the mountain. So the gal with the stop sign just sat there and chatted to me about Rimini. Turns out people still live in Rimini and aren't too happy about being considered a ghost town. When I got to Rimini, there was only about 3 older buildings that I would consider being ghost town buildings, and they had large signs stating that they were private property. After getting a few dirty looks from the people in town, I moved on to my next goal, to find a route through the Helena and Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forests to Butte without having to get on the freeway. After hitting a few dead ends, I finally found the main road to Basin. Also, I believe I am now an expert at dodging puddles. After riding next to the gorgeous Basin Creek for about 10 miles, I couldn't really resist stopping to take a break and fish a little bit. I didn't catch anything, but it was nice to finally get to break out my collapsible fishing pole that my grandpa had gotten me before my trip. I ended up in Basin, and I checked my maps again, and I followed frontage road. Then I found a tunnel that was built in 1911, and I was all kinds of excited about that until I got partway through the tunnel and realized I had no headlight. And just in case you've never gone through a very dark tunnel with no headlights and the ground is mud on a motor vehicle, it's kind of scary. It's a little bit scary. I was scared that if I stopped, I would drop the bike. So like the whole time I was going through, I was just like, don't stop, 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 don't stop. And of course, immediately at the exit of the tunnel, there was this super deep drop and a giant ass puddle, and I just missed it by a hair. See? Told you. Pro puddle avoider. Eventually that road turned back into pavement, but my maps lied to me, and that road dead-ended. So I pulled out my maps again, and I found a route to Rocker through the Beaverhead National Forest. Success! I found a way from Helena to Butte through the Helena and Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest without having it on the freeway. Winning! I thought. I stopped and filled up my gas tank at the gas station in Rocker, and when I tried to start the bike again, she wouldn't. She didn't click, she wouldn't turn over, nothing. Bike broke down again. But hey, at least the sunset is pretty. I rolled the bike to a corner of the parking lot and did my normal fussing with, is the battery dead? Is everything connected? Did a fuse blow? The normal. I discovered that 2 of my fuses were blown. I replaced the 2 fuses and my headlights came back, but the bike still wouldn't start. I determined my best course of action was just to get towed to my grandmother Mona's, who lived in Anaconda. I was on the phone with Progressive for about 45 minutes while the lady on the other end tried her damnedest to find a shop that was qualified to work on a 1980 Suzuki. Hint, there's nobody who's qualified to work on my bike. So Progressive covered my tow from Rocker to Anaconda. I unloaded my bike at 11:30 p.m. and just went to bed. Day 28 of the pilgrimage, I woke up and had a long conversation with my brother. I went out to troubleshoot the bike again. And after a few mumbles of encouragement to myself, I took apart my starter switch box. 3 guesses as to what was wrong? I found a dead spider and a whole lot of web. I cleaned out the web and double checked that the button and the spring and all the good stuff was making a good connection. I put it back together and she fired right up. Who knew that a dead spider could cause so much trouble? By this point it was noon, so instead of hitting the road again, I convinced Mona to go play tourist with me. It broke down last night, but I fixed the bike this morning. Now I'm on super awesome adventures with my grandma Mona. Yay! Yay! Yay!
It was America's longest running brothel, a fact we're quite proud of for some reason in this town.
If you have never had the opportunity to go play tourist in a city that you live close to, I highly, highly encourage you to do so. It was a blast.